Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Now, if you have been following me on YouTube, you know that my projects are pretty simple. I'm just not capable of creating complicated things. So if you have a brick of clay and you enjoy this project or you like the way it looks, join me. I'm going to show you how to make it. Just a piece of clay and some other crafty supplies and you'll be able to pull this one off, and look how fun it looks. Well, let me show you how I made it. So I'm starting off with black clay that is rolled out on number 5 of the pasta machine, and I'm going to start applying different color mica powders. And actually the thickness of the clay is going to matter in this case because you're going to see the edges of the clay, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean in just one second. But I'm just adding some copper, some bronze, and some gold. Actually, bronze is going to come in just one second. This is all copper and some gold. And you're just going to fill the whole entire clay with mica powder. And there you have it. I'm brushing it with a little bit of bronze just to tone it down, and there is my piece of clay. And now I am going to do the unthinkable, the thing that always gives me a hard time, and that's when I'm trying to put mica powder against mica powder. It never sticks, and this is actually our blessing in disguise because I'm going to be rolling this clay up, but I'm really not pressing it very hard. So I'm giving it a nice roll. I would definitely want to create a roll, but I'm not concerned about it sticking to each other in the middle. So there you have it. I'm going to cut it in half just, for the purpose of, being simpler to use, and then I'm slicing it that in half. And now we're going to have all those little beautifully cut pieces created, and they are in different widths and they are kind of already folded. I'm thinking maybe if you would put it in the freezer they would hold the shape a little bit better. I also rolled out some black clay to the right, and I'm just going to start piecing all the pieces. But do you see what I mean about the thickness of the black clay? Now that I cut it in half, that roll, you can totally see that black clay. It creates beautiful lines. So maybe it would have been even better if I rolled it on a thinner setting of the pasta machine. I said I did it on number 5, but you could probably go 6 or 7, and then those black lines would be just thinner. Maybe this even would be kind of fun to create with white clay and maybe some blue mica powders, blues or turquoise, things like that. Maybe that should be on my list to do because I think it would add a nice ocean feel to the pendant. Anyways, you're just gonna be peeling your clay and you're just gonna be piecing it together, and it's just so much fun. It is so satisfying. So just like I said, I'm not capable of difficult things, so I'm just adding those pieces together, and I do try to make sure that they are not in a straight line. And you can see some of them are too wide and I cut them in half. It's up to you what you want to do. This is your pendant. You're in charge of it. Isn't it like the greatest? So what to do if you don't have a mica powder? What I would probably do is I would take black clay and I would add acrylic paints to it. And because acrylic paints are kind of readily available, a lot of people have them, and I would just paint the clay, and in this kind of a splattery manner. So it's not uniform, and I would let it dry and then try to roll it and see if you could get somewhat of this effect. Now I'm not sure how the acrylic paint would actually unroll, if it would be sticking to the clay that you roll it onto, if you know what I mean. I guess that's something that I would have to try, but I'm just trying to think of what you could use if you didn't have mica powders. Another thing would be kind of fun is glitter. If you have glitter, you could totally pull this off with glitter as well. I think that that would be really, really beautiful if you like glitter, and you know that I love glitter. Okay, so when you're done with placing the clay, it is time to start cutting. That's all that you have to do. And I'm using my square-ish cutter. Square-ish, well, it's square, but rounded edge square, and I'm going to cut it in a manner so that it's actually, those lines are kind of, I'm not gonna run from the straight from the top to bottom. They're gonna be kind of at an angle, and I think that that was a really, really good choice. So after all the pendants were cut out, of course I was left with some leftovers, and I have been trying to use the leftovers as I go, because sometimes they just go into the forgotten zone and I don't use them. So if I have everything available, I may as well just try to create something with them. And so this one is going to be a freehand or freestyle, whatever you want to call it, just because of the, you know, kind of an unusual shape. But I actually like the way this came out. I'm so glad that I didn't throw away those pieces out. I'm just super, super happy about that. Now, I decided on this one just to add some mica powder to the top, so the black actually looked like pearl. And I have to say that after adding it, I was like, no, I don't like it at all. But that's another option. You can totally add, you know, some more dimension. I'm adding a little bit of silver here instead of the pearl to see if it was going to save my pendant, but it really didn't. But here they are. You can add the additional little touch with another mica powder on top, but these are going in the oven. And here they are, and they are baked and beautiful. And I am not going to add resin to them. I am going to use polyurethane, and you guys have seen me use polyurethane a lot in my videos because that's my second to go after resin varnish. It dries really quick. It's beautiful. The one that I'm using is from Lowe's, and it's gloss polyurethane. And there you have my pendant. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how neat the texture is. It's just so cool. And here I'm just trying to figure out how to attach my bezels, and of course the clamps are just so easy. And look at that, the varnish looks fabulous, colors are great, and here you can totally see where I was talking about the thickness of your clay. You can totally see the thick clay versus the thinner pieces, and so on and so forth. Well, my friends, I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I told you, I keep promises. This was super simple. So get in your craft room and make a pendant today. You deserve it. With that being said, till next time, my friends. Ta-ta!